Okay, welcome back to the Dominate Radio Show, 93.7 KHF, Lynchburg, Virginia. We have the man himself on the line, gonna be in D.C., Vin Rock from Naughty by Nature. Vin, how you doing?
Yo, how y'all doing out there, man? It's gonna be great.
We're doing awesome, bro, man. We're looking forward to it.
All right, cool. So, I actually want to go back a little bit with you. Now, back in the day, you guys were labeled as being mentored by Queen Latifah, another Jersey artist. Is that an accurate statement, or are you guys still in contact with her?
Actually, Queen Latifah is from our same hometown of East Orange, New Jersey. So she got put on, with the Flavor Unit. She created Flavor Unit and was on before us. So when we were a group called the New Style, we sought them out to help us out. So we were the first group signed to Queen Latifah's management company. So, with that, we got on her same label, Tommy Boy Records, and her and her partner, Shakim, they mentored us, our whole career. So fast forward till today, we still have an incredible relationship with her. We're developing some projects with them, television and film projects, and maintain a healthy relationship.
Very cool. So we know you're on tour right now, and you got quite a few shows going on over the next couple of months. What does 2013 hold in addition to your tours you got?
This year is the 20th anniversary of Hip Hop Hooray, and we're going to celebrate that. But we're also still promoting our latest album, which is Anthem Inc. We just shot a video for our current single, God Is Us. Yep. Which features Queen Latifah on the chorus. So we're going to debut that at our show here at the Gramercy Theater in New York on February 24th.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so, hey, we may even bring it down there to D.C. Theater, man, and let the people see it there as well.
Do it, man, do it.
Yeah. Now, also to talk about, too, now you guys also were known to have a good relationship with Tupac. Now, what do you, in your opinion, what do you think has changed in hip-hop since Pac and Biggie died?
Well, especially with Tupac, I think it's that social consciousness. Tupac was so diverse, he could come with the thug and the gangster music, but that real conscious music, man, that's really what we're missing in hip-hop today. I think just people in general are so desensitized by the violence and, the reckless politics in today's world that we kind of need to sit down and be human. We're becoming subhuman in our feelings and emotions and compassion these days. So I believe even with Tupac's passing, he had a lot more of that to bring to the table. And actually, I was just watching some documentary stuff on Tupac this weekend, and that was really the direction he was going in, organizing people, having people in the ghetto and in the hood be self-sustained and kind of re-educating them. So we're definitely missing out on that in hip-hop today.
Well said.
Yeah. And another thing I want to ask you about this, too, because, I'm actually from Buffalo, New York. I'm from upstate, but I'm definitely, I love East Coast rap. And I lived in California for the last 3 years. And, I mean, Pac is really, he lived in Harlem till he was 17. Then he went out to the West Coast, and it seemed, from a lot of fans and myself included, it's just like he just did a 180 and we totally just denounced, his Harlem roots. I mean, what do you feel like? Was it like that, or that's how it felt to East Coast rap fans, at times, where it's like, but this is a Harlem guy. Why is he just, why is he just completely gone West Coast when he's from here?
I think it was the West Coast that really nurtured his hip-hop, I guess, angle or his hip-hop position. So by the time he really started going hard and, connecting with guys like Digital Underground, it was really West Coast based and his West Coast roots, you know? And then I think, he never really denounced the East Coast or his Harlem roots. It was just that once he went back to connect with the East Coast guys, he felt crossed. So, he felt safer in West Coast hands, and those people nurtured him in his late teens to early 20s.
Yeah. So in 2011, something I came across, which I found pretty amazing. But in 2011, you guys got to play in Fenway Park, which is like the coolest baseball stadium ever. But I saw that it was actually part of a concert with New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys. Is that right? What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, what happened is Donnie Wahlberg called us out, New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
They were having a show here in Radio City Music Hall. So he called us out because they have a song that sings Hey Ho on the chorus. So he thought it would be great that we came out and surprised his fans at Radio City Music Hall here in New York. And that was in 2010.
Okay.
So I guess he called out a bunch of other artists as well, but Naughty by Nature and the Backstreet Boys were two of the groups that actually showed up. So when I showed up, since I do all the marketing and the merchandise for Naughty by Nature,
yeah,
I thought it would be fly to combine both of our logos. So I showed up at Radio City with Naughty Kids on the Block T-shirts, and it went over well, and we didn't mind, and we weren't worried about the backlash of even collaborating or supporting New Kids on the Block because when we were early in the 90s, OPP was a crossover record, and we did a lot of touring with New Kids and Marky Mark back in the day. So for us, it was like a reunion. So we showed up at Radio City, and then eventually they put together the tour with the Backstreet Boys. So Donnie got to the point where, that tour was up and running, and they knew they were doing Fenway. He called us and said, man, this tour is because of what you guys did and in part what, Backstreet Boys did, and we're at our hometown at Fenway Park. I can't do it without you guys, And we actually had a date booked in Minneapolis. He was like, look, I really want you guys here. You deserve to be here. It's going to be an epic moment. I'll pay the promoter whatever he paid you guys. I'll absorb all the expenses, and we made it happen. So we ended up making history, man, and Donnie Wahlberg is the man, and we learned a lot from the way he interacts and how he manages his fan base. So we look up to Donnie as the big OG, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Love there.
And Donnie was a drummer, so I got to give him mad love as a drummer myself.
Yeah, Nate used to be a drummer for Good Charlotte.
There goes the name drop.
Oh, nice.
Now,
those are the twins, right? I guess one of those guys.
Yeah, Benji and Joel, the singers.
Yeah, he's knocked up by Nicole Richie.
That's right. A couple times.
Right.
Are you going to steal some of their dance moves with the Backstreet Boys?
No dancing there. We bring that we bring the grungy hip hop to the table. That's what we do to break up all that boy band stuff.
That's right. Stay strong with that, man. Stay strong.
So the single you mentioned with Pitbull, right? Get to Know Me Better. Was that, now let me ask you about that. So you're doing some, I know you're not doing a ton of it, but you did a couple collaborations in the last 2 years. I mean, do you think that that's completely going to be necessary for a lot of these hip hop artists today to collab with pop artists?
I just think as musicians, it's good to collaborate. No matter what genre you're in, it's okay to collaborate. Like, look at what Justin Timberlake is doing. He started with NSYNC and all of that boy band pop stuff, but he's really transitioning into an R&B artist like Maxwell or one of those guys,
Yeah.
And then for him to come and collaborate with Jay-Z on his new first single, I just think it's more of music and musical taste and artists who find it credible for their band to collaborate as opposed to worrying about what the public thinks or what have you, So I think it's good to collaborate with other artists. And look at what Jay-Z has done with Rihanna, his collaborations with Rihanna or Kanye West or Beyonce. Those collaborations are what helped elevate him to what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I loved what he did with Linkin Park, too. That was a pretty
Linkin Park as well, yeah. And actually, we're talking to Everlast from House of Pain, right? Because we went to the Montrose Jazz Festival, and we rocked out with House of Pain for Tommy Boy Records' 30th anniversary. And Everlast was explaining to me that they were about to re-record Cypress Hill's first album with a live band and do a mashup so he was like, man, I would love to rock out with Naughty like that. So we're kind of talking about a collaboration like that and re-recording all of our greatest hits with a live band mashup with House of Pain's band.
Right on. Yeah, I was actually talking about hitting up Be Real with an idea I had for one of his tracks. Maybe I'll hit you guys up with one too, do a drum remix for you.
Exactly. And look at what LL just did with,
with Travis.
Those guys. That was incredible. And I think we need that, man. We need that right now. And even right now with all of this pop stuff and the hip hop stuff, you kind of miss the Linkin Parks and the Good Charlottes and just the bands that rock out, like rock music. That's why I love Pink so much. She's keeping that, keeping that alive to me.
Yeah, the rocket, the edge that the live instruments, especially the live drums brings. I mean, I'm going to be biased about it, but yeah, the live drums bring to a show I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what do you have playing on your iPod right now? Give us a couple ideas.
You know what? To be honest, man, I don't even listen to music. I really don't.
I hear you.
I just listen to what's out there, and I'm engaged in whatever the hell is going on. There's so much coming at us, and so much info coming right now, man. It's like hard to keep up on it. But I think KG has more music in his iPod than I do.
Right.
And I'm over my homie's house right now. So he said when Tretch comes over, all he's listening to is his own fucking music.
So one quick question too. Now, rap groups are not as prominent in today's music. I mean, do you think that that's because a lot of these artists today are so self-absorbed that they're not willing to share the spotlight? I mean, is that a good take on it, or what do you think?
I think corporate America has a grip on the music industry as a whole, and there's small cliques of people who are putting one another on, and there's no real artist development or A&R anymore. It's just small gangs of guys controlling the music industry right now. So that's why you're getting the strip club music that basically hip-hop has dwindled down to right now. And hopefully it'll change. And that's one thing I do love about the internet and, the independent artist atmosphere, that corporate America could do what they want and they could keep playing the same 5 to 10 records all they want. But that underground swell will always remain relevant, and all of your new artists will remain coming from the underground. So it's nothing they can do about it. And what you hear on the radio doesn't represent total musicianship that's out there. You know, a lot of people are just simply boxed out right now.
Right.
Yeah. No, we totally, I totally agree with you. We're actually, Nate and I are not like radio DJs. We're actually celebrity publicists and music publicists. And
we just imitate radio.
Right. Yeah. Some of our hip hop clients are like Raekwon and Obi Trice, Warren G, DMX, like some of the legends. And we totally agree with what you're saying. It's just you got to stay flexible because, this is a totally different game than it was, 15, 20 years ago. So speaking of PR, I mean, what do you think, like, do you have a stance on PR? We like to talk about it. I mean, do you have any opinions about the importance of PR?
Yeah, I mean, and even for us right now, it's like we don't have distribution. We don't have a record label. Everything we're doing is self-contained. So that's the most important asset we have besides our booking agency is our publicist. And because we have a name and a legacy and an international fan base, if you have a proper publicist and media strategist who could help, publicize what you're doing and get it out there, your blogs, the people who have been fans of yours, they're going to pick up on what you're doing and support you, and it costs a fraction of what it's costing the labels right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we we totally agree with that. I'm really glad you said that. So let's have a little fun. So Nate's last name is Fouts. Now, what we do this with everybody. We do Fouts Fast 5. It's 5 random questions.
Didn't make no sense half the time.
Right. It's just rapid fire. So we're gonna throw them at you. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Number 1. Who are you more afraid of, Shaquille O'Neal or his wife Shawnee O'Neal?
Shawnee O'Neal.
Good answer. Number 2, favorite country artist?
Oh, Tim McGraw.
All right. Number 3, have you ever used the phrase radical, bro?
No, I haven't.
Good. Number 4, Pauly Shore or Jersey Shore?
Jersey Shore. I'm from Jersey, baby.
I knew you'd say it. All right. Number 5, better public speaker, Mike Tyson or George Bush?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool. Guys, they are naughty by nature. They're going to be in D.C. March 1st, and they're going to be in Norfolk March 2nd. Please go check them out. Vin, thank you so much for being on the show.
All right, no problem. Thanks for having me, bruh.